Hi, we're sipping on a Friday.
And you are a whole year older since the last time we recorded.
It's so weird how that works, though. I'm older, yet I just am aging backwards.
It's been a week. And
yes,
it's amazing. I can't, you don't look a day over 35.
Oh, actually, beautiful.
I feel like 35, first of all, let's plug season 2, episode 12. I have to say that out loud, otherwise I won't remember because we're just flying through these. Second, happy belated birthday.
It was a very Sip Happens birthday.
It looked very on brand. It was just outdoor, friends, martini.
Yes.
I mean, what more do you need?
And the key is that I saved up for Thursday. Oh, hi, Murph boy. I saved up for Thursday. So I wasn't like really drinking and just kind of took it really, really easy. And so I could have my celebratory 2 martinis on Thursday, which was really nice. But it was a really great birthday. We were at Innis, so chill. Every year I've done the same thing on my birthday, which is go to Innis, go to the pool, spend some time with Max, and then we have an outdoor dinner. And 3 years in a row, we've had beautiful weather, and it's just chill and easy. The kids can run around, great friends, open house. It was really nice, honestly. And it was like the beginning of like a farewell tour for up here, which was really, really weepy and sad, but also special because we have amazing community in Accord.
Good.
So, yes.
Good. And it will still be there even when you move. Those people will still be there for you.
They will. Different, but yes. But thank you. It was very sippy.
So speaking of weepy, I had a very weepy moment this week, like openly sobbing. Have you or have you not watched Voicemails for Isabel yet?
No, I see it on Netflix. Tell me. Convince me to watch it. Okay.
It is such a breath of fresh air to have, and it's not even fair to call it a rom-com. There were several like giggle moments, but you're laughing as you're like wiping streaks of tears from your face because it was just a beautiful story, so well written, just so well done. You'd absolutely love it because the soundtrack was put together by Este Haim. So there you go. There's Taylor. There's a bunch of Taylor in there. There's a bunch of just really amazing female artists.
Yeah.
It was just the best. I cannot wait to watch it again and put myself through the emotional torture of that movie. I've been a Zoey Deutch fan from a while ago. I have loved her forever and ever and ever. She was in Set It Up. Do you remember Set It Up? It was like the old school forever ago rom-com with her and Glenn Powell before either of them were really huge.
Okay. No,
so good. With like a random who was it? It was why am I blanking on her name? Lucy Liu.
Oh,
like
these are
one of her
random
appearances. Yeah. Also worth watching. Set It Up and Voicemails for Isabel, 2 Zoey Deutch, recent within the past decade, I think it is. I mean, Set It Up might have been even longer, but just a good, funny, feel good.
But why was it weepy and emotional? Was it like
so? And this is not spoiling anything. Yeah. This is the whole premise of the movie: is that her sister dies early on in the movie. So it starts with like these 2 sisters dancing together, being wonderful. That one of them is very clearly sick. She's on an oxygen tank, and you're like, as soon within the first 5 minutes, you're like, oh, okay, they're killing her. She's dead. Like, and you're already sobbing inside. But her phone number ends up with a guy who then she's calling to leave voicemails for her sister who passed, to be like, hey, thinking of you. This is what's happening in my life. And the guy ends up getting the voicemail. So it's their little meet cute love story.
Cute.
Watch it. Watch it.
You know what?
So good. But don't watch it unless, I save it for when you need an emotional cleanse. Like, I have yet to hear from anyone who, you too? Murphy loved it as well. Spencer was crying. I mean, Spencer cries at movies all the time. It's not that big of a deal. But like, everyone I've talked to about this movie has been sobbing. Just
voicemails.
When you're like, I just need a good cry, Voicemails for Isabel.
All right.
I will watch it again. It'll happen soon.
It's also like the soundtrack though makes such a difference. Like that type of, I don't say like genre, but I'm thinking of like oh my god, I'm slow today because of last night. The Summer I Turned Pretty, and just like the momentum behind that show, but specifically also the soundtrack, The Summer I Turned Pretty, it was just like they nailed it. And so like that, helps. Love it.
It helps. Absolutely helps. And then the writer director who made this movie, She actually performs in it as well, but she just announced that she's also written and will be directing a Shania Twain biopic. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, girl, count me in. So I feel like I'm just discovering this woman, Leah McKendrick, and now I'm like going to be her biggest fan. Everything that she puts out, count me in. I will support you. I'll be there for you. Starting with Zoey, next on to Shania. Murphy and I are interested.
He has a lot of things to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a real chatty guy these days, which I think, is great. I could try to put a passy in there, but he just spits it out and then starts talking to it like it's his friend. But
okay,
dude's a little chatty guy. Yeah, he's got stuff to talk about.
Amazing. I haven't I've got my Olivia Wilde. Can we talk about Olivia Wilde for a minute? Has she been all in your feed these days? So I guess I feel like she's making some sort of new directorial debut, but she has been, so my entire social has been either a mix of Cannes content and all the Cannes marketing content and creator content, which we can certainly talk about if anyone here cares about that, but that's a whole other discussion. And also Olivia Wilde and Alex Cooper and her responses to her husband's toxic work environment, which I'm actually I'm so over those narratives. It's like, who cares? I don't know. It's just like everyone's always looking for dirt. And then Oprah. I know that these feel kind of like bland and boring, but like those are my three biggest hits from this week in terms of people
Oprah.
Who are.
So I've seen Olivia because she's been doing press and she's like the cover of New York Mag. Where did Oprah come from? So
Oprah came from the Female Quotient, and I think she made a surprise debut at Cannes, and she was just talking about, I think, just how to manage all of your emotions in this AI era. But what's even more interesting than Oprah, which I wanted to share, is Mel Robbins, our girl Mel, who we know and love. What I thought was interesting is she was in Cannes talking all about the creator experience and the pod experience. And so she has 40, 50 million community followers, the biggest podcaster alive, right? What was interesting was hearing her talk about how she schedules and slates all of her pod content and how she's like a machine. So her and her team, they're filming 3-4 pods a week with different guests, and they basically just bank all of their pod guests and put them on the shelf, and they publish them and ship them based on the cultural moment in time. So for example, Mel which it makes sense because they don't want to just put out content if it's works for the guest.
The fact that unless you're, because our format is different from other people, but we talk about things that are happening in the moment. So and if we post a week late, it's no longer relevant.
Here's the difference: is the guests that she's interviewing. So she said she just did this huge research focus groups with her 40, 50 million audience, and the biggest word that they kept getting back was how everyone is so exhausted, and everyone just feels exhausted with life for all of the reasons, the economy, with jobs, AI fear, all of these things. And she's like, because of this overwhelming word exhaustion, I'm not going to be publishing a productivity speaker and an episode on how to be productive because everyone's so overwhelmed right now. No one wants to know about being productive.
No one wants to be more productive. We
exactly. So it's but I feel like it's just such a smart way as either a brand or a creator is to think about obviously those, what fits for their audience. And it feels so obvious, but she was the first person who really kind of articulated I have the privilege of having all these amazing guests and people on my shelf, and I can kind of pull from them based on how my community is feeling at that week, at that moment in time. I'm not going to just feature Olivia Wilde because it works for her and her press tour. None of them are guaranteed those dates. I'm going to be featuring you if this feels like a relevant topic for my immediate community. And I was in that moment, Again,
that's
I
feel
interesting. It was I think she also again has the privilege of being able to have the scale of that content, and people are just clamoring to be featured. But I was
You saying Oprah reminded me that there was a random Oprah moment in my week. There was, I believe it was a New York Times style section article, and the headline was how to properly style a crop top. And I was like, oh, love that for me. I wear so many crop tops, count me in. I click it, and it opens to a big picture of Oprah. And I was like, that's not where I thought this was going. That's when I think Oprah in a crop top. And I was like, that's not the first person I think of when I am hey, love the way that person looked in this crop top, or love the way they styled that crop top. Oprah
Hello, Ozempic.
Crop top. Hi. So great.
To be honest,
for her.
Good for her. That is a sign of the times. Oprah in a crop top is a sign of the times. Absolutely.
So. In all fairness to Oprah, it was a button down that there was no skin showing. Went straight down to the waistline of her pants that had a belt. It was everything met. And in all honesty, it was not a style crop top outfit that I would repeat, but good for her. She looked fabulous. Yeah, I was that funny to me that I forgot that Oprah moment. Speaking of several thoughts ago, the importance of a soundtrack and how much it impacts your viewing pleasure. The soundtrack that will be coming out of this summer's new announced music festival, Lilith Fair 2.0.
Thank you. Yes, tell me more. Keep going. I love where you're going.
I mean, it's essentially the lineup that you listed last week of all of your strong female voices.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Chappell Roan, Bikini Kill, Sarah McLachlan, Stevie Nicks. I assume you're going.
It's also in California, but it's in a kind of a random place in I can't pull it up fast enough, but for everyone who does not know what we're talking about, Olivia, I'm going to pull it up right now so I can speak to it.
Daisy Chain Fields.
Yes.
An all-female, heavily political music festival. All proceeds are going to, I will pull this up as well because I was like, I need to make sure I'm plugging these correctly. All proceeds, 100% of the proceeds are going to nonprofit organizations that advance and advocate for women and girls, including Black Mamas Matter Alliance, the National Domestic Workers Alliance, National Women's Law Center, John Hopkins Center for Indigenous Health, like the most heavily political statement that a celebrity musician could be making in this moment, aside from all of the Bruce Springsteen statements that he makes very loud and proud, which I love.
Yes, Olivia Rodrigo presents Daisy Chain Fields. Here for it. It's in Irvine, California. So I don't think I'm able to make it to Irvine. It's also
in like a month, right?
August 29th. Yeah, it's kind of
I mean, you'll be on that coast.
I will be on that coast by then. Karen Sarah McLachlan, Stevie, Santigold.
Right? Like it is
Girlfriend, the Breeders
line up.
Oh gosh.
I'm shocked there's no Haim or Taylor Swift or speaking of Taylor.
I know, we got to talk about. So I've been trying to go.
I still don't believe she's getting married at Madison Square Garden.
No, she's not getting married.
There's
at
no
Madison
way.
Square
I
Garden.
think that
She's
the
more
amount of publicity that
No.
theory is getting is intentional because she has a mastermind of a publicist who is trying to mislead as many people as possible so that she can get married in some semblance of privacy. That's my theory as both a publicist and a Swiftie. There's no way she's getting married in Madison Square Garden.
It is a perfect distraction tactic. She will do everything and anything possible to. But here's the thing where I do have a little bit of a rub. The way in which she announced her engagement felt so public. But maybe like she had to do that because she knew her fans were like, it was like for the fans. And it's like, at what point do you hold something for yourself? It felt so produced, a little performative for.
Fair.
So that's style, kind of a little bit. So, I bet she's going to have something performative, not that physically performing and sing, but something performative, something open for her fans because it is. Because I think there's been a lot of discourse about like her saying like on the song Wish List and how she says all she wants is you and she just wants her basketball hope and the kids. But at the end of the day, like you do want that, but like you don't because you're in the public eye. And like your fans are part of your experience. It's like you want to be left alone, but like she wants her cake and eat it too.
Yeah,
I love her. I love her, but I feel like
she knows enough to know that that's not an option for her anymore. That's not realistic. Like in no world. Yes, of course that's your wish list, but like your celebrity is beyond that. There's no scaling that back. There's people who like a Ryan Gosling who have had their celebrity moment and been in the public eye and still managed to keep their private life private.
Is he with Eva Mendes still?
Yeah.
Is he with him?
Yeah. But even then, like, you don't even know because you don't see them out and about. You don't see them doing stuff. Like, she's just beyond that level of celebrity.
The Blake Lively, Taylor juice is still happening. So
is it?
It's still happening.
Wedding related?
Mm-hmm. And so they're still beefing. And so the latest is that Blake's team reached out to Page Six and said that she was invited to Taylor's wedding. And then Taylor's camp went back to like People or another news source. I think like if anything comes out on Page Six, it's Blake's People. If anything comes out within People or like Entertainment Weekly, it's like Taylor's People. And so then Taylor's People came back and said, actually, no, I'd like to dispute that. And so it became like a war of the publicists. But like, that is a friendship gone wild, gone down the hill. I just can't believe like how much publicity is still, well, I can, but there's just been so much coverage still with the whole like Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively.
I just don't care.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, this is, it. The last thing I'll say, we can move on to a different topic, is just like how I feel like Blake is getting such the not short end of the stick, but like she's being positioned as like such a
mean girl.
Yeah.
Maybe
for whatever.
Wasn't she positioned as a mean girl during the Gossip Girl days? Like,
she might
if
be.
it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, eventually you're gonna meet a duck.
I mean, Girlfriend had like the best outfits in A Simple Favor. I know that's a random jump, but like,
did I see that one? I did. But they made two, right? I didn't see the second one.
They are both just so
Anna Kendrick
visually.
Was in that, right?
Yeah, they're campy and kind of trashy, but amazing. Great. And just it's a visual masterpiece of unbelievable style. That's it.
That's the one where they plot to kill her husband.
The second one is even more.
Or they may or may not have plotted to kill her husband.
It's so convoluted. Like Anna Kendrick is this like mommy blogger, and then she becomes obsessed with Blake, and then Blake's really like a twin. It's crazy and amazing.
There's always a secret twin.
There's something. Secret twin that comes back and tries to kill you, so, you know.
Right? Oh, my gosh. Wow. Well, we started summer camp this week, and it feels like we had a minute there without a little commentary. We had summer camp this week, and it's a very new schedule. We're adjusting. There was no like in between. It was school ended, and then we immediately went into summer camp. And summer camp is just a day camp, and it's just 3 days a week for both the big kids, Emerson and Harry.
Yeah.
And let me just play you a quick message so you can understand how our week started. I think.
Yeah. Great.
If Murphy will allow it, let me just do a quick pacifier in the mouth to try and buy us some time so you can hear this delight of how our week started. Hold on. Of course, I can't figure out how to do it. Ready?
Hi, this is Lynn from the nurse's office. We just had Harrison in here. He took a little tumble into the lake, but he's fine. He didn't get hurt or anything. We got him changed. He's in dry clothes. You'll know when you pick him up today. Those are not the clothes you sent him in.
So our son fell in the lake, and
no cause
they just
for
wanted
alarm.
to make sure that we weren't worried about his outfit being different. We were like, I'm sorry. We have so many questions. How did our son fall in the lake? Please give us more information. We don't care what he's wearing. We would like to know why he's in the lake. Like, what?
I mean, is this a pond? Is it
lake.
deep?
Straight up lake.
No, but honestly, that's genuinely alarming and concerning. So tell me how my son fell into a lake.
Just the super nonchalant vibe of the message. Hey, he took a tumble into the lake. So we got the story when we picked him up. We went to pick him up, and it's all these high school kids. Thank you for that timing, Murph. I appreciate that. It's all these high school kids, so it's not there's obviously some adults, but it's high school kids mostly that are the counselors. And I was like, hey, who was with my son when he fell in the lake? And this kid was like, it wasn't me, I was that guy. I was like, hey guy, what happened? Apparently they were out on a canoe. They took a boat ride. They take, I don't even know, I guess.
Harry was on a canoe in a lake?
With the counselor. The counselor takes them out in life vests. And Harry, he goes, when we finished the boat ride, we pulled up to the dock, and Harry reached over to touch the water, and his center of gravity kind of went with him. I was like,
as it happens,
he fell into the lake, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, Harry, are you okay? He was like, yeah. I was a little scared. I was like, well, then what happened? He goes, the big guy saved me. I was like, which big guy? And he just pointed to one of the counselors.
But
I was like, thanks, big guy.
He fell into the lake with a life vest, at least.
With a life vest on, yes.
That's an important That's a very important clarifier, at least.
Just any additional information besides he took a tumble into the lake. He's fine. I mean, I kind of appreciated it. It was like this calm, chill vibe to the message, but I was like, hey, what? Yeah, Harry fell into the lake, first week of camp.
I feel like they have to have that. All the different types of calls I've gotten for Max, because it's so scary when you get a call from the school nurse, and they always start by saying, he's fine, don't worry, but here's what happened, which is like, okay, I appreciate that, but sometimes like the delivery doesn't match the incident, and in that case, honestly, like that is, if I got that, I'd be like, yeah, a little bit more alarmist. Like, what do you need
my
with any lake?
3-year-old who cannot swim as well, like that. And it's a camp where there's a lake on the property, but they don't swim in the lake. And I'm now like, why do you not swim in the lake? Because it's too much to manage all the little kids swimming in the lake, or because it's gross water? Like, do I need to hose down and decontaminate? Like, do we need to get on antibiotics? Like, yeah, but he's fine now. We did laundry the next day, and he ran downstairs and was like, "Mom, it's dry," and held up this shirt. And I was like, "Of course it's dry. It just came out of the laundry." And it took me a minute to be like, "Oh, that's the shirt you were wearing in the lake." He goes, "Yeah, it's dry." So mind blown about laundry, but we're good. We're good. We had fun at camp. We just fell into the lake.
All of our content on the World Cup is going viral. We have the most views on content on Instagram as we've ever seen. Thank you, World Cup. I think the algos are just loving. So to feed our continued success with World Cup algos, what you got this week? I feel like you're like our World Cup commentator. I mean, I have a couple of things, but I feel like you've always got some good juices.
You know what I think is so? Did you watch the U.S. loss to Turkey?
You know what? I did not watch the U.S. losing to Turkey, but I did watch all of the Tyler Durden, Ed Norton, Brad Pitt content. Which
cracked me up. Because did you see if someone posted and was like, "Oh, Ed Norton caught talking to himself at the football game"? I was like, yeah,
brilliant.
So, I mean,
Brad Pitt is just like, he is just the most handsome, well-aged man I've ever seen. He just gets more attractive with age. Like the older and just hunkier and outdoorsy he gets, like, how is this man alive? And I'm not even like a huge Brad Pitt, like, pretty boy fan, but he just always looks so damn good. Oh my God. I feel like he looks so good.
I'm not into it.
Like that new movie with like the German Shepherd, and he's like a wilderness man. I don't know.
What's the German Shepherd movie? That sounds. Is that the one with them on a boat that you said, Spencer?
No, it's something that Spencer and I. It's something that your husband and I text about exclusively. Inside joke with Spencer. Inside movie.
Yeah. So I saw that, and then I also saw. You know what I think is wild to me about the World Cup stuff is that it all is happening so quickly. In 24 hours, our dear friends, the Scots, who we absolutely love, they had a 42% chance. So they're in third place right now. And I'm learning so much about how the World Cup works. They're in third place right now in their group, and they're not guaranteed because of where they are in all the third place groups. Only 8 of the third place teams actually make it to the knockout round. And right now they are ranked number 8 with several other games still to play. So yesterday, before all the matches, they had a 42% chance of making it to the knockout round. Then Ecuador's like, nah, we're going to beat Germany, surprise everyone. And all these teams are having crazy matches. The Ivory Coast is going to the knockout round for the first time ever. Like, all these crazy teams, it just happens so quickly. So now our lovely Scots, I think everyone's Team Scotland now. You can still be Team USA and be Team Scotland. You can be Team everyone. Everyone's Team Cape Verde when they were playing with that goalie. Everyone's Team Ivory Coast going for the first time. Team Curaçao when they scored a goal. The beauty of the World Cup is that it is the world. Like, it brings everyone together. Regardless of what country you are from, you get excited about what the other countries are doing, unless you're playing against them in that exact moment. But the rest of the time, you're watching all the games. You're excited about different players and what they're doing and all the sidelines and the fans. Anyway, Scotland team is now down to like a 6% chance of making it to the knockout round. So there is a chance. There is a chance, but we will find out.
You're telling me there's a chance.
We'll find out before probably this episode even airs whether or not our dear friends are going to make it. But you know what I did see? That Rhode Island, sweet Rhode Island, returned the favor of the charity donation that Scotland customarily makes. And they donated $10,000 to the Glasgow Children's Hospital to thank the Scotland team and fans for being such wonderful guests when they were visiting Providence.
I wonder if our friend Taylor is behind that mystery donation, as she's a Rhode Islander and has her big complex there. Isn't it have a complex in Rhode Island? And if anyone didn't know, Stefany now is an ESPN commentator and host for the World Cup. So
obviously, as you can tell,
look how the tables have turned. I thought that was going to be my. Tell.
I mean, I wish I could record. I mean, I don't know why I can't. I guess I can record the commentary from my kids. We were watching. I think we were watching Germany, Ecuador. And all they kept yelling is naked guy, anytime they saw someone with their shirt off and one of the fans like cheering, naked guy, another naked guy. We saw naked guys.
Great.
Yeah, there's a lot of naked guys.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's exciting. You get to see body types of all shapes
Everything
and
about
sizes
it.
because of the World Cup. Thank you, World
But,
Cup,
like,
for
it's just
bringing us
also, like,
inclusivity.
Yeah. But like the fans, I was watching all the Mexico fans are like crying because they're like witnessing history for the first time with their team advancing. It's just, it is. I mean, that is also another headline, is how positive it is for the world. Yes, because yes, all of it.
The humanity of it all. Yeah, our governments, we've all got issues. We've all got issues. And some of us didn't vote to be in the position that we are with our current governments, but the humans are still humans, and we're all great people. It's the Mr. Rogers vibe whenever there's like a bad thing happen and he says to look for the helpers. Like right now it's all the helpers getting together, and there's bad things happening on the world, but the World Cup is not a bad thing. It's just a bunch of helpers getting together and seeing good stuff.
I love it.
Keep helping each other, guys. We love it.
Well, on that note, I want to end on a good helper note.
Yeah. What do you think, Murph?
I think
30 straight minutes of this dude. Our poor editors. Like, you know what? Just keep it in. Not much we can do.
No, he's our man. So if this comes out and you hear Murphy, he's our co-producer here.
If this comes out. When this comes out and all you hear is Murphy. We're sorry if you can't hear us over Murphy is the real thing. But we did our best. We did our best.
All right. Cheers. Go World Cup.